Well, that's one more glass of water down. Hi. Welcome back, homesteading friends. It's been a while since I've been on here again. I know I'm terrible about keeping updated with YouTube, but here I am to share some thoughts. I'd like to start a series on aging on a homestead because that's where I'm at right now. Last month I had my 59th birthday. Yay! And have just been thinking about going into a new decade in the next year and what all that's going to mean for me, and how it affects my decisions and what I'm able to do here on a homestead. And so I'll backtrack a little bit and talk about what started this thinking. I had some regular blood work done. Well, probably a month ago. And one of the comments the doctor left on the results was that I may have been dehydrated and make sure that I'm getting so many ounces of water a day. I don't even remember what it was. But I got to thinking I don't really pay attention to how much water I drink a day. I just drink it when I'm thirsty. We don't keep a whole lot of different fluids here. We drink a lot of coffee and water and some tea, occasionally hot tea mainly. In the summertime we have electrolyte drinks when we need them, but that's basically it. Our soft drinks we might have in town or something if we're eating out, but we don't buy them to have in the house. So anyway, I got to thinking about how much water I'm drinking and was it enough. So I set up a little experiment. I have this is my daily 12-ounce cup that I use every day, wash it at night, start it new every morning. And so to keep track of how much water I was drinking, I put these, I don't know if you can tell what they are, they're ponytail holders on. I had 6 total in the drawer, so I put all 6 of them on there, and I every time I drank a full 12 ounces of water, I would take one off. Because there's no other way I'm going to remember how many times I drank a glass of water. I needed something to keep track, so I did that. And it turns out I'm drinking more than enough. But the act of putting the ponytail holders on the glass took time. And while I was doing that, I got to thinking about all the things that I don't keep track of besides just water. Mainly things that aren't necessary. Let's say they're important, they're just not necessary for day-to-day living. So things like people I'm thinking about, or something extra that I want to do that's not a basic part of everyday life, a lot of times gets pushed to the back of my mind or even just forgotten altogether until some little reminder comes up, and I'm in that situation where I'm like, oh, I wanted to do that, or oh, I wanted to pray for them, or oh, I was going to go visit so-and-so, or I was going to take them something, and it slipped my mind. And that's when you get to be my age, it happens more frequently. So from the time I was first married up until now, my life has been what I consider hectic. I had raised 4 children, and even though I was married, my husband was gone most of the time. A lot of you are aware that he travels for his job. So keeping track of 4 kids and their extracurricular activities, and they were very active, and keeping up with church and what we were doing here, and all the elderly people that I've taken care of. I've trained myself in all those years to not think about the things that weren't necessary. I don't need to remember that, let it go. And so now I've reached the point in my life where I've made that a habit of not thinking about things. And being mindful is something that I really would like to put into effect. And I'm actually kind of embarrassed of how thoughtless I am sometimes. But this little exercise here, I don't need to do it anymore. I know I'm drinking enough water, but the act and the time that it takes me to put these on here has brought mindfulness back into my life. So every time I put a ponytail holder on this cup, I think of something that I want to remember that's important to me but is not necessary. So someone I want to pray for, something I want to do, a hobby that I've pushed to the back burner. And every time I drink a glass of water and take it off, I take that time to remember what that was, and put it into effect. And so this has helped me in my prayer life. It's helped me to be more thoughtful of my neighbors and friends. It's helped me to practice my guitar when I put it in the corner and forget about it, or do that jigsaw puzzle that's collecting dust on the shelf. All these simple little things are just reminders now, and I am really loving this idea, and I wanted to share it with you because there's more to just my everyday life that I need to be reminded about. So I keep a journal of homesteading things that we do. Once they're done, I write it down. But I've never kept a journal of things that we want to do. Well, there's a list of, when this needs fixed or that needs fixed, that. But goals and aspirations for aging, especially what we're going to be able to manage when my husband retires and he's home, what we're going to be able to accomplish, the other things we want to do besides just homesteading, like travel and visiting relatives and things. I need to put more thought into it, and so that's my thought for the day on aging. You have to start training your brain to be able to accomplish what you want on a homestead, and also to be realistic. There's some things that we're not going to be able to do for much longer, and I'd rather go into that prepared instead of disappointed. So that's my philosophy on aging on a homestead, the thoughtfulness, and I will try to get more aging on a homestead type topics this coming years, and share that with you, how it goes. And thanks for being here.